Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Titletown, some call it, a moniker that many claim, but this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Ducks will kick it away to start us off. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. First down here for the offense. Going to the running game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the run, it's Green.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Scanning the field, it's Simpson. Got his man on the right. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
And a great job by the QB, find the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. Quarterback will audible. Off the play fake on first down to throw. They're trying to get to him. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at 2nd down. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Alabama.
And here comes the offense on second down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. He's got an open man. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Really nice play getting that first down. And listen, I know when a lot of people think about the Crimson Tide recently, they think about the success they've had at the quarterback position. The big reason why, though, those guys have been playing so well, they're throwing the NFL talent all over the field. And this dude right here, he could be the next first-round pick at the wide receiver position from Bama.
They're going to throw it again. It's caught downfield. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. It's great to send that blitz and get the heat on the quarterback, but you might need a little help on the backside with this guy.
Yeah, because now you're putting your guy in man-to-man situation against an elite receiver, and that's a tough battle to win. But you got to take those chances. You got to be aggressive. The offense won that one. At least it wasn't a huge game-changing play.
The give to the tailback. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Dialing up a second down pass play. That's caught. It's Hamilton. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this group, Dave, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. From the gun, the ground game. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bama! On to attempt the try. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they finished it off with the score from the 4. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Running wide open down the gut of the field. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Oregon. You know they love their track at Oregon, and when the gun goes off and he hits open field, he is headed to the tape, and he was burning by the time he hit the end zone.
And they've had guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get you the small runs, lull you to sleep, and then boom, they make those big plays because they got big-time playmakers with speed at running back.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the run, it's Hill. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied at 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Here comes the offense on second down. To the air, it's Simpson. They're setting up the screen. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Hale. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another 1st down. He's going to pass. Hit as he throws. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense, because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
The give from the gun. Powers through the defender. Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a 1st down. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Got the quick pass. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
That's a great job by the wide receiver understanding where the first down marker is. Don't mess around. Don't run 2 yards short. Get to the first down, catch the football, move the sticks, and get an extra set of downs.
They'll run the toss. They'll give him 4 yards on the carry. It's down at the 8-yard line.
It's always fun to watch offensive creativity in the red zone. Like, how are you going to get some space for your guy? They try the toss, get him out wide, maybe get into some space. The defense was ready. Nice job falling forward, getting at least a little bit on the board.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He'll take it himself. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. That kind of speed behind center is a weapon that almost any defense will have trouble stopping.
No doubt about it, Reese. They need this guy to carry the ball at least 15 times a game because of that speed you just talked about. You just saw what this guy can do out in the open field. There's not a lot of running backs out there that have speed like he does. Man, what a weapon.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
It gets no bigger than 1 versus 2, and take a look at how this critical game finished up. Ohio State went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's building and prove you're legit. And did the Buckeyes ever do that? Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a matchup between the top 2 teams in football is going to go a long way in telling the story of this season.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Keeps looking downfield. Oh, what a grab by the defense.
It's a good young lesson for all young receivers out there. Never jump up and down waving your hands trying to get the attention of the quarterback, because guess what? All you're doing instead is getting the attention of the defense. They're able to run over and get the INT.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. The offense set for a first down play. Quarterback checking off. Looking to throw. That's reeled in. It's Henderson. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And I love working the slot receivers. You see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Shoots it to the left. Tosses it incomplete.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Motion from the offense. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They'll try to power it in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defense coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. He'll pull it on the read. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown tie.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the 2nd half. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the 2nd half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the 2nd half.
You know, and I think that if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Nice job playing physical by the defense. That's a great job. He catches the ball, gets a yard, and the defense goes, no, sir, you go no more. And now, next time he catches it, where's that dude? I'm going to find him. Stay away from him.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he picks up the 1st down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game. but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. At the 45 on his way. Running toward the tape. Touchdown Ducks! And once he got loose, it was all over. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay a big difference.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fair catch called for and made. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
After misfiring, it's second down. Goes to the option. Got the first down and still on his feet. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd, because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that.
Touchdown, Alabama! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This offense is high-octane, boy, and you just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Tennessee is currently ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Neyland and Fulmer and Majors, this has not been a blowout today in Knoxville. They're up by 12 over Oklahoma. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The option look. He'll toss it. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Finds the tight end. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan, limiting him so far. That's only his 2nd catch of the game.
A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on 4th. Looks as if he's going to run it. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
I know there's a lot of play callers that would try to throw the football there on 4th and 2, but they decided to run it, and that was a great call. First down.
And the Ducks getting set on 1st and 10. This is a designed run. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Running game worked on 1st down. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. Wide out in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Crosses the 45. And he's running in the open. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the 2nd level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
A run up the middle is stopped for no gain.
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice job going to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Oregon.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone.
Well, going RPO on that 2nd down, the idea was they were going to have to throw and try to get a big chunk of yards to maybe get the first or set up 3rd and short, but no problem because your quarterback's playing smart football right now. He takes off running when no one's there. Now you've given yourself a good chance to convert this 3rd down because of the quarterback's decision.
Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. An 84-yard drive there, and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. He'll call for the fair catch here. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Offense getting set for first down. Just going to keep it after the snap. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Loses 2. Second down coming up. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Alabama 28, Oregon 21.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down coming up. Wants to throw. It's Simpson. Fires to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there, because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. The completion well past the sticks. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
You know, you always talk about risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on 4th down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Back to the air one more time. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he makes the catch inside the 10. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bama!
And the biggest thing is identifying coverages, right? Like quarterback has to line up and see what he's seeing and see those safeties. I know outside with that safety in the middle of the field, I got a chance to attack and attack deep with my speedster, and he does a great job throwing the football out there, and he does the rest with the catch and then stride it into the end zone.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Charlotte is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in the Queen City for some time. They're up by 28 over Ole Miss. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Wide receiver shows motion. At the 35, he's open. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
The defense just got out-muscled at the point of attack there. And the back showed good vision, made a cut into the hole, first down.
Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line, they'll have it first and 10. Now on the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that option game can be tricky, right? But nice job by the defense playing assignment football. And watch the linebacker, you can tell. Locked in on the quarterback, chases him down, gets to him. Not only gets to him, doesn't let him break a tackle, gets him on the ground.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Finds his back in the middle. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. He'll try to do it himself. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
They've got the screen set up. Open space at the 25. And he'll run out of bounds, but a much-needed productive play in the passing game.
Well, trailing late here in the 4th quarter, what an effort catching the ball in the middle of the field, knowing he's got to try to save as much clock as he can, and he's able to get himself out of bounds and do just that. That was incredible.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
After being stopped there on 4th down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation, put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they tried to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen.